Dear all, I'm in the field of education for over 3 decades, and out of my good experience as a faculty member in English, I make a comparative study of English skill both in students and faculty members with that of those days and with that of the present time. A big question runs in my mind: why the skill in English is lacking. Even the word lacking is not sufficient. I'd like to call it far below average. Why is it so? Why students as well as faculty members do not have that skill in English, fluency as we call in English? The most important factor that I detected is that in countries like India, where survival is a predominant factor, anything is learnt by the student community only for the livelihood, not with an obsession to learn and to gain knowledge. The reason is that value education and knowledge based education have all become secondary and money has become a predominant factor. And the second reason for this poor fluency in language, I'm not talking about English alone, I'm talking about our own mother tongue Tamil. The main reason is that languages are not looked upon as a proficient tool of communication. Unfortunately, languages are looked upon as subjects to score marks and enhance their total in their board examinations. During our school days, it was absolutely different. We had excellent and dedicated language teachers. Their only intention was to infuse the knowledge, infuse skill in the language. And if you take my experience as a student, I hail from a very poor family, even though my father was a teacher. I couldn't afford to join English medium section. Now you are talking about international schooling. But during our days, there was no such schooling. Only government schools and aided schools, where there would be a single English medium section which will be totally housed by students who hail from influential families because they had to pay separate fees for it. Since we hail from poor family, we could not afford to pay even the 10 or 15 rupees per month which has to be paid for English medium education. So I had a big craving for the language. My father also had that craving. He was a renowned scholar in Hindi and an identified Tamil scholar also. But what he could not master was English. So he used to tell me every now and then to take up English and to master it. What he could not accomplish, he expected me to accomplish. So I worked with a determination to learn. And in the high school, unfortunately, I was not given an opportunity, though I hail from a Tamil medium education. I was the one who got most of the prizes in English poetry writing and English elocution and such competitions which needed English skill. And after my schooling, I was admitted only in government arts college. There I learned that nobody should underestimate government schools and government colleges because the great scholars are working only there. Your real resourceful faculty members are found only in government institutions. I had a great inspiration for one of my faculty members. I remember him with gratitude, our renowned professor Gamaliel David. His English would be frightening. He used to talk in bombastic language, and I had a great admiration for his language. And he found out my love for English. He asked me one day whether he wanted to talk like him. I just said, "Yes, sir." Then he said, "Don't try to talk now. Don't open your mouth. Open your ears. Listen to English. Listen, listen. Because English is a special language where pronunciation plays a very dominant role, because in English alone, words are spelt in a way but pronounced totally in a different way. I remember Professor Gamaliel David with gratitude for my skill in the language. But one thing I'd like to tell you, all my viewers, mere language is not knowledge. Language is a tool of communication. What I talk to you now, you should understand, interpret, and you have to reproduce. You have to answer me. Only then I am a successful English speaker. So, dear all, the main objective of this video is that please learn a language as a tool of communication and not as something to enhance your total in public examinations. Please learn English as a language that you can master, you can talk, because you all should realize that next only to the native speakers of English, it is an Indian who talks the best English in the world. All the best, my dear viewers. Please try to follow. Thank you.